Hi, hi. Okay. Like extension XML can be used for offloading and reloading of database. What is offloading and what is reloading? I'm going to teach you here. Like extension XML can be used for offloading and reloading of database. What is offloading and what is reloading? I'm going to how XML consider as offloading and loading DB. Like here, what's the saying? Like XML can be considered as a tool offloading and the reloading of a database because it provides a structured and portable way to represent the data. Okay, offloading कैसे होता है? Like exporting the data, like database content is exported to XML file. हाँ, जिसे हम फाइल सेंड कर रहे होते हैं. Okay, structure and the format XML maintain hierarchical structure that mirrors the relationship and the schema of the database. All right, and portability, like XML files can be easily transported between system and this is stored in the backup. Okay, it is offloading, like offloading the things and reloading, importing the data, like we are extracting the data from the database. Like XML file can be passed and reloaded into the database. Data mapping, the structure of the XML matches the database schema, enabling smooth reloading. Restoring state, it helps in data recovery and the replication is not same to same. Okay, and all these things, like, okay, XML helping in both the things. Okay, then XML can be used to store and arrange the data which can customize your data handling needs. Okay, XML can be used to store and arrange the data which can customize your data handling needs. Yes. Actually, XML is the server language. Whatever the server sends the data or receive the data, all in the XML format. That's the thing. Okay. XML is okay. XML can easily be merged with styled sheet or called CSS to create almost any desired output. Oh god. Virtually any type of data can be expressed as XML document. Oh. XML is powerful markup language, just like HTML, but XML can be. Like here is the XML language, like employees, that employees.id one and name is John Doe and the position is like, actually you can create your own tags in HTML, actually in XML, not in HTML. Like the first point was what, like XML can be work behind the scene and the creation of the HTML documents for the large website. XML used to like what's, yeah, here XML allow you to create your own self-descriptive tag. Language suits your application. Like you're not only stuck with the only M. limited tags of HTML. In XML, you can extend your limits. XML helps, okay, virtually, and the types can be expressed as XML document. Alright. These points are useful shortlisted points of XML. Like I revised this point, like XML can work behind the scene, simplify the creation of HTML document for the large website. Okay, जो भी हमारे large websites होते हैं उनका जो data sending का process होता है वो XML संभाल रहा होता है एक easily way में. Okay, XML can be used to exchange the information between organization and system. यहाँ पर organization क्या है और system क्या है वो बताओ. लाइक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपका प्रेजेंटेशन लेयर हो रहा है और सिस्टम आपका डेटा लेयर एंड और दूसरा लेयर कौन सा था एंड लॉजिक लेयर. डेटा लेयर एंड द लॉजिक लेयर का कनेक्शन करवा रहा होता है. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन इज लाइक XML यूज्ड फॉर ऑफलोडिंग एंड द रीलोडिंग द डेटा. ऑफलोडिंग होता है लाइक यू आर going to setting your data to the database. Okay, and reloading is the fetching out the data from the database. Okay, reload and the offload. XML can be used to store and arrange the data, which can customize your data handling needs. Okay, XML can easily be merged with style sheet, all the things of like CSS part, all the designing virtually. Any type of data can be expressed as XML document. XML document में किसी भी type का data को हम express कर सकते हैं. Next is introduction to Microsoft .NET XML namespace and the classes. Like अब देखते हैं XML को हम actually कैसे use करेंगे in VS Studio. The XML system dot namespace. Okay, दो भी अपना XML का जो कंटेंट होगा वो हमारे system dot XML namespace के अंदर है. कंटेंट मेजर XML क्लास होता है अपना. The namespace contains many classes and read and write XML documents. Okay, जिसे हम फाइल डायरेक्टरीज एंड के लिए हम क्लासेस बना रहे होते थे रीड एंड राइट के लिए, वैसे भी XML फाइल को जनरेट करने के लिए हम बना रहे होंगे. The reader and the writer class used to read and write XML document. These classes are XML reader, XML text reader, XML validating reader, XML node reader, XML writer for writing, XML text writer. Okay, write down this all the classes. Reader, XML text reader, XML validating reader, XML node reader, XML writer, XML text writer. These are all the classes. Okay, next is what? The XML reader class is an abstract base class. Okay, contained methods and properties to read the document. The read method reads the node in the stream based besides reading functionalities. अभी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट बेस क्लास क्या होता है? एब्स्ट्रैक्ट बेस क्लास होता है जिससे आपको कलेक्शंस होते हैं ना, उसी टाइप का एब्स्ट्रैक्ट बेस क्लास है जो प्री डिफाइंड फंक्शंस और मेथड्स इसके अंदर हो रहे होते हैं. कंटेंट मेथड्स एंड प्रॉपर्टीज टू रीड द डॉक्यूमेंट. द रीड मेथड रीड्स द नोड इन द स्ट्रीम. और स्ट्रीम क्या होता है? सेट ऑफ बिट्स और द बाइट्स, जो भी अपना डेटा उसमें से आ रहा होता है जा रहा होता है उसी को हम स्ट्रीम कह रहे होते हैं. Besides reading functionalities, this class also contained methods to navigate through document nodes. Some of these methods are moved to attribute. Move to first attribute, moves to content, move to first content, move to element, move to next attribute. What are the things? This all are similar to DOM, like document object models, but in XML it's something different. Okay, read string, read inner XML, read outer XML, and read element and the more the all these things. But this all are not important for examination point of view. So XML write class contains functionality to write data in XML document. This class provides many write method to write XML document items. Okay, XML write class contain functionality to write document of XML document. ठीक है. This class provides many write methods. हमें बहुत सारे write methods provide कर रहा होता है and XML document items को भी दे रहा होता है. Okay. XML node class क्या करता है? Plays an important role, although this class represents single node of XML, but could be root node or XML document. Could be like this. This class is an abstract base class for many useful class inserting, removing, replacing nodes. What are nodes in XML doc? What are nodes in XML? In XML, nodes represent the basic building block of document structure. This defines the various component to their relationship of XML. Types of node: element node. Oh, similar to elements or DOM. Okay, representing the XML document content start and child nodes, other element text attributes, all these things. Okay, like इसमें जैसे book हो गया, title, author are the element nodes. एंड टेक्स्ट नोड में अपना क्या होगा? टेक्स्ट में अपना टेक्स्ट आता है, रिप्रेजेंट द टेक्स्ट कंटेंट ऑफ द एलिमेंट, कंटेन द एक्चुअल डेटा एंड द ऑल दिस थिंग. XML title, XML basics. XML basics, it is a text base and the title. Okay, attribute में अपना क्या आ जाएगा? Like generation है functions, like represent the attributes of the elements like a key value pair. कमेंट के लिए हो गया ये. प्रोसेसिंग इंसर्शन ये बेसिक है. XML preprocessor होता है ना, processors like files or something like UTF-8, like what are the characters that we are using in this version of XML document node. Okay, क्या data क्या है? All these things. Okay, XML node hierarchy. Does it similar to DOM? Yes, it's similar to DOM. Yes, XML nodes are similar to DOM document object model, as a DOM essential as the programming interface for XML and HTML document. Here the related. What is DOM? DOM is represent the structure of XML or HTML document tree of nodes. Okay, reading the modifying all things. Similarity between nodes and the DOM, XML like title, all these things. Like hierarchy way आता ही है. Manipulations. Like manipulate करने के लिए जो हमारे पास predefined methods थे, like create, append, child, remove child, all these things. Access node, let XML doc. ओके, वहाँ पर जैसे हम डॉक्यूमेंट लिख रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे XML doc लिख रहे होते हैं, like get element by tag name, title, text content. ओके, और जावास्क्रिप्ट में उसको append करने के लिए. ओके, like document element हमने यहाँ पे क्रिएट किया होगा, like न्यू एलिमेंट आया यहाँ पे, और न्यू एलिमेंट डॉट टेक्स्ट कंटेंट इक्वल टू हम ये टेक्स्ट कंटेंट डाल दिए, और हमने XML doc से हमने क्रिएट एलिमेंट पब्लिशर नाम का हमने एक एलिमेंट क्रिएट किया था, उस एलिमेंट के अंदर हमने कंटेंट डाला है टेक्स्ट बुक्स, देन एक्सएमएल डॉक के अंदर हम उसको अपेंड कर रहे हैं मॉडिफाई लेट बुक। यहाँ से हम एट्रीब्यूट्स भी डाल सकते हैं ना, हाँ, बुक डॉट सेट एट्रीब्यूट्स देना different XML doc. XML is just a static markup language for data representation. DOM is a dynamic programming interface, allow the real-time manipulation of all the things. Okay, like a static or the white static. Why it is why it's static? एक्चुअली जो हमारा डेटा वहां से यहाँ तक ट्रांसफर हो रहा होता है ना, वो स्टैटिक ही होता है, वो सर्वर के सेंडिंग टाइम पे चेंज ना हो रहा होता है शायद। एक्सएमएल रेफरेंस स्टैटिक मार्कअप लैंग्वेज बिकॉज इट्स प्राइमरी डिजाइन टू डिफाइन द स्टोर द डेटा एंड द स्ट्रक्चर डेटाबेस। चलो ठीक है, इतना डेप्थ में शायद हमें जाना चाहिए। ओके, इट अलाउ ओके, हम क्या बोलते हैं, एक्सट्रैक्ट डेटाबेस क्लास लिस्टिंग सब कर रहे होते हैं। It also contains properties to get parent and the child name, last name, what are the things। हमने वही सब यहाँ पर भी वही देख रहे हैं जो हमने HTML में देखा हुआ था। The major classes driven such as XML node, XML document, XML data document, XML data figment, XML document class represent the XML document। यार document वापस बोल दिया। Load in the save data। It provides the functionality of the adding attribute spaces and a new XML node. XML data document class provides the methods and the properties of ADO.NET or set data. These are the two common ways for XML C#. And the XML system.xml namespace class and the second is using link to XML। What is this? Link है क्या, मुझे नहीं पता। What is link? Language integrated query is a feature of .NET Framework that provides consistent way to query the data from the different source directly with your programming language such as C#, VB.NET. Link integrates query capability directly into .NET language, enabling your query object database, okay, and XML and more using syntax similar to SQL। okay, good। एंड इसके की फीचर्स होते हैं लाइक कंसिस्टेंट क्वेरी स्ट्रक्चर होता है, लाइक कलेक्शंस ऑल द थिंग्स लाइक लिंक टू एक्सएमएल, लिंक टू रेस्ट, ओके, स्टोरिंग क्वेरी, लाइक हमने एक रिजल्ट के अंदर लगा फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट इन स्टूडेंट्स, हमने यहाँ पर लगा रखा है वो वेयर स्टूडेंट डॉट एज इज ग्रेटर देन 18 एंड सेलेक्ट स्टूडेंट। ओके, ये एक्सक्यूएल क्वेरी और मॉडिफाइड चेनिंग क्वेरी ये होगी मेरी। अच्छा, ये सिमिलर टू एसक्यूएल क्वेरी, लिंक टू ऑब्जेक्ट, बेनिफिट्स डिटेबल होता है, कंपाइल टाइम पे चेक होता है, इंटेंसिव सपोर्ट होता है इसके पास कम। ओके 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 ओके, शीशा के अंदर हम ये लिंक क्वेरी बना रहे होते हैं, देन वी सेंडिंग इट टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स लाइक अगर हम उसे एक्सएमएल में डालने से तो एक्सएमएल के साथ जाएगा वो क्वेरी, एसक्यूएल के साथ भी जा सकता है, ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ भी जा सकता है, लाइक हमने यहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह बना रहे हैं, इवन नंबर्स को हम सिलेक्ट करना चाहते हैं। The XML functionality in .NET Framework is define a system.xml namespace। You must import the system XML in your code। यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल दे रखा है, शायद हम ये समझ पाएंगे। लाइक XML का वर्जन दिया है, एनकोडेड इन UTF-8 डाल रखा है, और यहाँ पे कमेंट है बुक XML स्टोर इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ द चैनल एंड मार्शन। बुक एट्रीब्यूट है हमारा यहाँ पे, ओके, जो यहाँ पे स्टार्ट होता है और यहाँ पे जाकर के क्लोज हो रहा है, ओके। और उसी के अंदर हमारे पास बुक के अंदर हमने एक एट्रीब्यूट डाल रखा है, सॉरी ये एलिमेंट था, ओके। बुक के अंदर एक एट्रीब्यूट डाल रखा है बुक, देन उसकी ISBN नंबर और ईयर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन डाल रखी, ओके। देन हमने टाइटल क्रिएट किया एक, देन ऑथर का हमने फर्स्ट नेम डाल रखा है। एक्चुअली यहाँ पर आप अपना कस्टमाइज एलिमेंट्स क्रिएट कर सकते हो। यहाँ पर पब्लिशर डाल रखे और प्राइस डाल रखे। इट्स जस्ट काइंड ऑफ लाइक अ it's a card of book. Okay, the XML and first star is root tag, define the versions encoded by comment. After that, the book root element, book element has child book and ISBN, year of publication, and the publisher ID. Hello XML writer. The XML, this one is our root, okay, root. Which one? Book element is a book, like that creates everything. XML writer class provides functionality to write fast, forward only non-cached XML string. Okay, non-cached XML string, like store नहीं करेगा data. XML writer class also validates and verify element and attribute names. Also ensure that newly generated XML is well formed. Okay. XML राइटर क्लास क्या कर रहा होता है, फंक्शनैलिटी होता है फास्ट राइटिंग के लिए, फास्ट फॉरवर्ड कर रहे होंगे हम इसको, बस फॉरवर्डिंग के लिए होता है। नॉन कैश होता है, इसका कोई डेटा स्टोर नहीं होगा एज अ लॉग एंड ऑल दिस थिंग। XML राइटर डॉट क्रिएट स्टैटिक मेथड है यूज टू क्रिएट XML राइटर, create method several overloading forms and the save generated XML into the various objects, okay. Before we create complex XML document, let's create simple XML. Let's code or the tool creates the XML book of XML. Book.xml हमने बना रहे हैं यहाँ पे, okay. Using XML writer, write equals to XML write dot create books.xml. क्या था हमारे पास ये? What is this? शायद से यही होगा। यूजिंग हमारा मेथड एक, अब इसके अंदर हमारे क्या क्या यूज कर, राइट राइटर, दिस वन इज राइटर, इसके लिए मैं अलग से कलर लेता हूँ। हाउ इज इट, लाइक इट्स बेटर वन, ओके। ये मेरा राइटर है, राइटर डॉट राइटर स्टार्ट एलिमेंट विथ बुक, राइटर डॉट राइटर एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग टाइटल, देन उसका टाइटल डाल रहे हैं। राइटर डॉट राइट, क्या चीज है, लाइक वी आर राइटिंग ऑल दिस थिंग इन डिफरेंट वे। राइटर डॉट राइट एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग ऑथर, लाइक ऑथर का नेम। राइटर डॉट राइट एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग लाइक पब्लिशर, पब्लिशर का नेम। राइटर प्राइस एंड प्राइस। राइटर डॉट एंड राइट एंड एलिमेंट, यहाँ पे स्टार्ट एलिमेंट लिखा था, यहाँ पे एंड एलिमेंट कर रहे हैं। यहाँ से हमने एलिमेंट को लिखना स्टार्ट किया था, राइट स्टार्ट एलिमेंट, देन राइट डॉट राइट एंड एलिमेंट, और यहाँ पर राइट को फ्लश कर दिया, लाइक देर इज अ नो कैश बिहाइंड दिस, एंड यहाँ पर एंडिंग ऑफ दिस एंड यूजिंग लाइक दिस इज फुल फ्लैश XML टेक्स्ट, सिंपल सा। ओके, हमने सिंपल सा XML क्रिएट किया है जिसके अंदर हमने राइटर स्टार्ट बनाया, बुक, देन राइटर एलिमेंट। क्लिक कर क्या रहा है, वी आर यूजिंग दिस लाइक यूजिंग XML राइटर, राइटर का नेम इक्वल्स टू XML writer dot create name of the XML book dot XML. Now this method start with, देन हम क्या लिखेंगे, राइटर डॉट राइट को, राइटर को हम स्टार्ट करेंगे, देन उसको एंडिंग भी कर रहे होंगे। राइटर को स्टार्ट करने के लिए राइटर डॉट राइट स्टार्ट एलिमेंट, देन एलिमेंट का नेम लिख देंगे बुक, देन राइटर डॉट राइट एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग, एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग विथ टाइटल, टाइटल का नेम डालेंगे विथ कॉमा इन कोट्स, लाइक ग्राफिक्स प्रोग्रामिंग यूजिंग GDI1, ग्राफिक GDI प्लस, देन एंड। देन सिमिलरली जितने भी हमें टाइटल्स बनाने, एलिमेंट्स बनाने, वो सब डाल देंगे। राइटर डॉट राइट एलिमेंट स्ट्रिंग with what, string with author, then author का name जो डालो वो डाल सकते हैं, then we have multiple elements here। लास्ट में हम राइटर को एंड करेंगे, राइटर डॉट राइट एंड एलिमेंट with nothing, writer dot write start element with book, writer dot write element with nothing, then write को flush कर देंगे, writer dot flush, flush क्या करता है, जितने भी हमारा कैश फाइल बन रहे होते हैं उस सबको रिमूव कर देते हैं परमानेंटली। नाउ हमने ये क्रिएट करना सीख लिया, अब हमें रीड करना सीखना है। हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू रीड द डेटा, रीड XML फाइल using XML reader in C#। So you need an existing XML file, implement this, expect this will need to basic understanding of C# and XML file structure। So my XML file is book like जो हमने पहले बना रखा था। Okay, like student is here, like, and student, close the student, like second student, and here is list of all the students. Okay, this not list of all students ends here. There is multiple students, student 2, student 3, and student 4. Having all the students having their name, location, name, location, name, location, and so on. Here we have student as the root element and student as the parent element of the name and the location. So our source code, we are trying to XML file. This is our XML file, student. Okay. In C Sharp, first we use the system, then system dot collection dot generic link for sending the query, system dot text, system dot XML. This is a namespace that you are required to use. Like this is a namespace of XML demo. Starts here. Then class program is basically a program, and this is a main method. Okay. Inside the main method, we have a string of arguments. Like start with XML reader. This is a command. Here we try to set up stream between XML file and XML reader. We are going to connecting the XML file and XML reader to read the data. Abnik is using बना लिया. Using XML reader, write it down. Using XML reader equals to XML dot reader dot create, then path का name डालेंगे हम, full path name, and of path of XML file, path.xml. Okay, in quotes. Close this and starting with here. Okay. While reader.read, until this is not sending any null value, जब तक वो reader read कर रहा है डेटा को read करेगा. While which reader? This one that we have created. Reader.read, no issue. If reader is start element, अगर reader के पास start element हुआ, then doing this thing, and this is the end of the if reader is start reading the element, तब तक वो रीड करेगा, अदरवाइज वो कंसोल डॉट लॉग, कंसोल डॉट राइट लाइन एक लाइन छोड़ के बाहर आ जाएगा। ओके, हमने स्विच किस डाल दिया, नेम स्पेस डॉट नेम टू स्ट्रिंग। अगर वो नेम आया देन लोकेशन आया देन हम उसको रीड करेंगे। ओके, एज अ स्विच केस रीडर डॉट नेम डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग, हम उसको स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं। अगर मेरा केस नेम आता है देन हम उसको नेम एलिमेंट, नेम ऑफ द एलिमेंट, उसको रीड कर लेंगे। उसको फिर हम रीडर डॉट रीड स्ट्रिंग करेंगे, रीडर डॉट रीड स्ट्रिंग। स्ट्रिंग ब्रेक, देन लोकेशन के टाइम पे हम रीडर डॉट रीड स्ट्रिंग। स्ट्रिंग कर रहे हैं, दैट्स इट। और इसके बेसिस पे हमने यहाँ पे पूरा व्हाट इज दिस, so we start with using statement inside the reader, and the XML file is create the method the reader dot read the boolean value of the XML or not. This all are the output. Write XML document. Writing the XML document with the similar things. It's easy. Like here we have already been written. Key points and attributes we can add from here. All these things. Quite easy. So move on next part. Next is Windows services. Okay, it is quite interesting. What is Windows services actually? Do anyone knows it? What is this? Change the color, bro. Change the color to favorite one as a window as like blue. Like which color of blue? Like this one, this one, this one. Take this one. Like perfect. Okay. Yeah, good. Like what? Like open the task manager. Like click window R, then services.msc. It will open up you all the active and release services that you have in your system. This service is helping you all in to understand or what are the standard services is running in behind you. Actually, I have created one of the services. Let me check you. That was first custom service that was built by me. Like stop this first. Then start this again. Okay, now I have stored these services something here, like come on the location, then users, then Dell. In Dell there is a source file. Open the source, then repo. Then here is my first service, then first service file. Inside the bin folder, you will find all the debugs and your service and the log file. Let me introduce with the service log. In this log file, you are able to know about all the services, when it was started, when I closed, all information that you need to understand is here. When I have stopped, when I started, everything. Like I stopped at 6:38.45 second, and I start it again at 6:38.59 second, and this starts, and every 5 seconds it's give me the performance of my CPU. Okay, this all about the services, and we are going to learn about this. First of all, let me stop this to reduce the overload. Okay, then close it all. Okay, so Windows Services is a non-UI software application that runs in the background. Windows Services क्या होता है? एक non-UI application होता है जो background के अंदर run कर रहा होता है without having the user interface. Windows Services usually start when the operating system boots. जैसे हमारा operating system boot करता है उसी टाइम हमारे सारे Windows Services start हो जाते हैं. Is scheduled to run in the background to execute some of the tasks. Windows services can be also be started automatically or manually. As you see here, some of the services is running, some is running, or the some stopped, and some of the services automatically. I will show you later. Let me show you how the services automatically manual, like some of the services are here is a manual. It's automatically start, automatically close. None of the person can handle this. Okay, you can also manually pause, stop, and restart Windows services. Okay, Windows services is a computer program that runs in the background to execute some task. Some examples of Windows services are auto update of your Windows are the services. Check emails, print document, SQL Server agent, file, folder scanning, and the indexing extra. If you open your task manager and click on the services tab, you will be see hundreds of services running in a machine. You can also see status of the services. Some of the services are running, some have paused, some have stopped. You can start, stop, and pause the services from your right click of the services, as I have shown you earlier. Alright, so how to create Windows services in C Sharp. This is a very easy concept. You are required to need to understand this. Open Visual Studio, click on the file, click on the new, then project, then select a simple way to creating your own project. Okay, now this is a time to know or understand, like you are required to select the Windows Desktop, Windows Services as a platform, as what? Windows Services .NET Framework. You have to click here, Windows Services .NET Framework. Okay. After clicking over here, you have to put the name of your file or your project, then click OK. Okay. After doing this, you will be open with Windows Services page. Now, how to add installer to Windows Services? Right click on the installer. After adding installer project, you would be using project and scalar CS and passing control and escape and S key. This all are these solution explorer. In the Solution Explorer, you are finding all the services files required to linking to your Windows. All these things. Right click on the blank and view the code. This is the code in the initialization component. You are required to initialize your sources, all the file. Now add this. This is all the simple. Like this is a service one. Checking the timer, initialize component and service Windows service project template. Step by step guide to creating a Windows services in .NET. Okay. Creating a new project, Visual Studio, like creating project, then search for the box and the .NET framework, all these things, and name your project like My Services. Implement the service. To implement the service, you have to open service1.css file. Then not CSS, it's CS file. Then modify the service1 CS file as you want as your logic. Then add project installer, view design, and the add installer component of the project installer. Okay, you can also do this with command line, but here I'm showing you just about the user interface. Build the project, install and open the developer command prompt for Visual Studio as administrator. Navigate to the directory of the bin debug and the bin release file, then sc command for installation. Okay, start the service. You can start the service using the service management console using here. Verify all the services and you can save as a log file as I shown you earlier. Create a new project. This is all the same thing that's repeated. Okay, here's what we have learned to about Windows services. That's very easy. Okay, hope you will try this at your own. Thank you. Now it's time to moving forward. Like after creating your application, like guys, hope you will understand these things till here. Now it's time to understand. After creating your application in your VS Code or Visual Studio, how you can deploy with your system. That's very important. Without deploying it, how you can share the uh, your application with your client. That's very difficult. So, wow, what's the color? So today's topic will be like installing, deploying, and launching Windows services. Okay, installing the services. Start the Windows front. Oh, it's similar. Apples. Okay. Like this is the thing that required to installing the file. Install util.exe, then path of the service. Okay. Install util.exe. Like this all are the installation process. After installation, this show you the installation successful. After you can see your Tor, your running process is running here that you have just created. To uninstall it, the services you're required to uninstall .util your you using the u not I. Here you were using .exe. To uninstall you are required to u then your service exe file and it's successfully uninstalled. Deploy a services controller application. This is all the same text. This is all the logic for the services. run your application. Okay, this all about this third unit. Quite easy. Now we are going to continuing this all the second unit, MDI. What is MDI? MDI is what? It's multi-document interface. After 10 minutes of break, it's break time. What is this? Create a image of taking break for 10-minute session. Yeah, it's 10-minute break, bro. Welcome back. Break is over. Welcome back. Break is over. Yeah. Which color? Purple, purple. Let's choose a purple one. Dark purple. Just perfect. So, in second unit, we are going to learn about description like MDI, multi-document interface application, allow user to work with multiple document at the same time with a single parent window. Okay, in a single parent window, you are able to working with multiple windows. I will teach you how. Each document is displayed in its own child window, which is contained with a main parent window. Okay, there will be the main parent window, then there will be the multiple child windows. It's just like a hierarchical way, as we can thought. Okay, this contrast to SDI, single document interface. Okay, we have two terms, MDI and SDI. Okay, this is a contrast to SDI, single document interface application, where each document has its own separate main window. MDI applications are useful for complex software that needs to handle multiple data sets simultaneously, such as text editors, spreadsheet, graphical design. Okay, understand the MDI architecture, creating MDI parent and the child form, managing MDI child form, communication between MDI form, advanced features in MDI form. Features. Okay, that's interesting. Moving to the moving forward with Windows form control. MDI. No, it's not MDI. I think it's something else. I will work on this another time. First of all, I want to work for MDI. Choose the color. Hey, MDI application. MDI application overview. Multi-document interface application allow parent window contain multiple child window within it, like this. Images of MDI. What is this? Multi-document interface. Best images. like this. In this, for welcome.rft having something, and read only document will be something, and layout will be having something. Like one layer of window will show you multiple pages as a single page. This is the example of MDI. Okay, so this useful for application that require managing several documents or views simultaneously, such as text editor, graphical, or building MDI wind form application using C Sharp हम बना रहे होंगे. Let's see हम कैसे बनाते हैं. Implement the MDI form. Multiple document interface is a specification that defines user interface of application that enables user to work with more than one document at the same time under one parent or window form. Okay, we are not required to work with multiple windows form, only single window form that will create multiple features. Okay, visualize the working style of application in which you are allowed to open multiple forms in one parent container window, and all the open form will get listed under the Windows menu. Whenever having an individual window for each instance of the same application is termed as a single document interface. I didn't understand. Learn again. Okay. What's that? All opens will get listed under the Windows menu. Okay, ये सब होता क्या इसके अंदर MDI के अंदर जिसके अंदर हमारा विंडो मेन्यू होता है. Where having the individual window for each instance. Okay, अगर मेरे पास हर एक इंस्टेंस के लिए एक इंडिविजुअल विंडो होगा, देन लाइक होम पेज के लिए अगर अलग से मेरे को विंडो फॉर्म चाहिए होगा, देन अबाउट के लिए अलग से और कॉन्टैक्ट्स के लिए अलग से चाहिए होगा, तो फिर हमारे पास क्या होगा, सेम एप्लीकेशन इज टर्म सिंगल डॉक्यूमेंट इंटरफेस. एसडीआई की तरह वो काम करेगा. ठीक है. एप्लीकेशन सच एज नोटपैड, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पेंट, कैलकुलेटर and so on. SDI application. SDI application get opened only on their own windows uh, and can be default to manage. Unlike when you have multiple document or form open inside the MDI interface. Hence MDI multi-document interface application follow parent form and the child form relationship model. Okay, it's following the parent form and the child form relationship model. Let me write this bullet point in my notes. MDI क्या करता है? Follow parent form and child form relationship model. Child form relationship model. Okay. MDI application allow you to open, organize and work with multiple document at same time by opening them under the context of the MDI platform. Therefore, once open, they can't be dragged out like an individual form. अगर मेरा कोई दूसरा अगर मेरा ये वाला डॉक्यूमेंट ओपन है, देन ये उस टाइम वहां पर प्रेजेंट होगा. अगर मैं इसको ओपन करूंगा रीड ओनली डॉक्यूमेंट को, तो फिर वेलकम डॉक्यूमेंट रेफ्ट क्लियर आउट नहीं होगा, वो उसी जगह प्रेजेंट होगा, बट वी आर जस्ट रेंडरिंग द न्यू पेज ऑन दैट इज वर्क्स अंडर द विंडो मल्टी डॉक्यूमेंट इंटरफेस के अंदर हो रहा होता है. ठीक है. Therefore, once open, they can't be triggered out like an individual form. Okay. At this point too, um, once open, it can't enter. Once open, can't trigger trigger out of it. It's not going to trigger out. It's not going to cutting it out. Okay. The parent MDI form organize and arrange all the child form or documents that are currently open. The parent MDI form organize and arrange all the child form and document that are currently open. You might have seen such options in many Windows applications under menu such as Cascade, Virtual and so on. किस चीज की बात कर रहे हैं like this kind of things. Okay, like parent window icons minimize, maximize and close, and child windows having like this. Okay, one parent window having multiple child. This is a parent window and these two are the child windows. Okay, third, fourth. Okay, maximizing, minimizing options also here. क्रिएटिंग MDI पेरेंट फॉर्म विथ मेन्यू बार. अब हम मेन्यू बार के साथ हम इसको हम क्रिएट करने वाले हैं. ओके, in this example, in this exercise, you will create MDI form in the Windows Form project. You will also see how to create menu bar of for the parent form that will allow you to navigate to all the child form to do all the following steps. Okay, what are the steps? Navigate to Solution Explorer, select the WinForm project, right click on this and add window form. So let's start this project. Creating a new project like we are going to creating what Windows Form application like here. I have created multiple times that is under my recent project templates. Then click next. Then name it like multiple document interface MDI. First, I want to change the directory to C sharp. Then next and creating. Okay, our system is creating for this application. We are just following all the steps from the doc. While read something like navigate to Solution Explorer, select the WinForm project and right click and add window form. Change the name like form.cs1 parent form cs and click add. Select the newly added parent form. Design view, select the parent form and click the title bar, navigate and the property window and set the properties. Set is MIDI container property to true. The default value is false. Notice the background color of the dark and gray. Set the size property width of 546 and the height of this. Although this is my project, this is my content. Okay. Here change the form ones.css to parent form.css. Okay, rename it parent form.css. I want to say yes. Okay, after that select the newly added parent form in the design view. In the design view, select the parent form by clicking the form's title bar. Navigate to the property window and set the following properties. Click here, then property window, and adding the properties like set is mid MDI is MDI container is MDI container. For the MDI container, its default value is false. Property to true करना है हमें. We are going to making it true. Is MDI container. Let me. Is MDI container. This one is changes to true. Okay. After changing this, notice the background color became the dark gray. Yes, our background color becoming dark gray. After that, set the size property width of 546 and the height of 411. Size property width of 546 and height of 511. Clicking this. Okay. 411. It was 411. Okay. Now drag a menu strip controller to parent form. Now I have to drag the menu strip controller to the parent form. In the top left corner, you should now see drop down showing the next text. Type here, enter the text, open the form, drag down to return to your main level. Let's see. Menu strip. We are going to search for menu strip controller. In this, we are able to see here, like here we have text here. Top left corner, you should now drag down showing the text type here. Enter the text, open form. We are going to type the what? We are going to type open form in the drop down. This will be your main top level menu. This will be your main, like what's happening. A menu strip, break down here. Open form. Here we are going to open form. This will be your top. This will be your main top level menu. Okay. Now under the open form menu, add sub menu by entering the text Win app, like Win app. Okay. Under the Win app sub menu, enter user info, like user info. Okay, like this one. Then click on this, we have user info. After that, sub of Windows Form submenu is WinInfo. On clicking the top menu, open form. On the right side of it, type help. Under the help menu, enter exit. Okay, here we are going to help. Then inside the help, we are going to exit. Okay, open form, user info, then help, exit. Okay, we have two menu strip. Now, now click the top menu. On the right side of the help, type Windows. Now click the top menu. On the right side of help, type Windows. Type Windows. Okay. Under the Windows menu, add the following options: separate submenu. Under the Windows menu, add the following option as separate submenu, like CASD, tail horizontal, tail vertical, arrange icon. These will help in arranging the child form. Under the Windows menu, add following option as separate submenus. Separate submenus. Cascade. CASC 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 CASCADE. CASCA CASC CASC ADE CASC. Then tail horizontal, horizontal, then tail vertical, vertical, arrange icons, arrange icons, icons. After that, this will help in arranging the child form. Now, it's time to attach code to submenus to have added under the main menu open form. First, you are add the code for some. Now it's time to attach the codes sub code to the submenus you have added under the main menu open form. First, you will add code for the submenu WinApp. Now associate functionalities. WinApp Wind app. This the type of namespace when app form could not be found or missing. I don't know what's happening. So this all about this. I don't want to making my stuff brain to following this all. Each of the file is exposed following here. Try to open MDI child form here. Okay, how it's work as you notice the earlier. So advantages of MDI application: unified user interface. All child windows are connected with single parent window, provide cohesive and organized user experience. Okay, resource management. MDI application can share resources such as toolbar, menus, and status bar across multiple child windows, which can reduce memory usage and improve performance. Consistent navigation: user can easily switch between different document or view for same application window, which can improve productivity and ease of use. Centralized control: the parent form can control the behavior and appearance of all child form, ensuring consistency. Simplifying management of application-wide threading. Simplified Windows management: MDI application can provide built-in mechanism for arranging, cascading, and the tailing child window, making easier user manager and multiple all this thing. Enhance organization: MDI application can help keep the desktop unclustered by the connecting multiple document with single window rather than having multiple separate windows from. Okay, enhance organization: how this organizing is enhanced by having a single unclustered containing multiple window document with single window without having rather than having multiple separate windows open. Okay, and specified simplified windows management: how MDI application can provide built-in mechanisms with cascading, tailing, and a child window, making it easier to use. Like जैसे हम यहाँ पर कर रहे थे, यहाँ पर हम फटाफट से अपना डिजाइनिंग कंप्लीट कर रहे थे, and we are able to making things possible very easily. Like it was the application that we were building. Okay, how is it? It's amazing now. We're able to make this kind of things very easily using the menu strip. Okay, सेंट्रलाइज होता है सब कुछ, एक फॉर्म के अंदर सब कुछ नेविगेशन मिल रहा होता है मेरे पास. अब इसका disadvantage क्या है? Complexity in development. How this become complex? Like we are not able to correct this form. Developing MD5 form can be more complex due to need many of interactions between parent and the multiple child forms. Okay, limit screen space. Like here we have multiple spaces, but we are not able to see the things properly that we can be like. Child window are constricted by the size of the parent window, which can limiting the smaller screen or when users need to view multiple documents simultaneously. At that time, we need to be very curious about all these things. Single instance limitation. User may find inconvenient that all documents are viewed on the a single instance of the application. If parent window is crash, all the open child are lost. ओके अगर मेरा एक पेरेंट विंडो क्रैश करता है तो सारे चाइल्ड लॉस हो जाएंगे. ये हमारा एक डेंजर जोन बन रहा है यहाँ पर. ओके नेक्स्ट यूजर कंफ्यूजन. यूजर कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा कहाँ पे हम हैं. Some of user may find concept of child window with parent window confusing, especially they are not familiar with MDI interface. मतलब फालतू का. Lack of standardization. MDI applications are less common in modern software design, and many users more acquainted with single document SDI application and travel interface. Reduce flexibility. MDI applications less flexible in terms of layout customization, compressed application that floating window and UI reduce flexibility. Okay, MDI application offers several advantages, particularly in terms of resource management, user interface, unified user interface, simplified Windows management. However, they also comes with drawbacks of development complexity, limited screen space, potential user confusion. The choice of user MDI design should be based on the specific need of the application target user base. For some application, particularly those having multiple document or so complex working flow, advantage of MDI is overweight the disadvantages. However, the more modern application alternates the like SDI tabbed interface maybe like. Okay, so happy to see you again here. Like there is a video where you can follow for the same. Okay, let's moving forward. Next is ADO.NET and all this thing. Now it's time for 30 minutes of break. Make a image for 30-minute break. Working on bookstore. Good. how I can change the time from setting break 30 minutes. Okay, let I change the color first. मिलते हैं फिर 30 मिनट Hello everyone, let's come back. So, we are going to start with another topic, ADO.NET. What is ADO? ADO stands for ActiveX Data Object. ActiveX Data Object. So, we are required to what are the topics connected, database, disconnected. Then we have datasets and adapter, all these methods and all these things. Well, these two slides are very important. Start with this. Choose the color. Yes, purple. Good one. Okay. Understand the .NET framework and its various components used to design web application. Overview of .ADO.NET. Overview of. Oh, I got to exit it first, then close, then again open this, choosing the color, and that's it. Making dark purple one like this. Yes. Why it's slow? Okay. Overview of .NET. Wait. So well, move back to here. ADO.NET is a active data object. What is this? This is ADO.NET active data object is a module of .NET framework. It's a module of .NET framework which is used to establish connection between application and data source. Okay, it is a module of .NET framework which is used to establish the connection between application and the data source. Data source can be such as SQL Server and XML.ADO.NET. XML and such as XML. ADO.NET consists of classes that can use to connect, retrieve, insert, and delete the data. All the ADO.NET classes are located in system.data.dll. Okay, all the ADO.NET classes is located where? Which namespace? System.data.dll. Okay, and integrated with XML classes located with system.xml.dll. If you want to connect the data with as a XML, then using the system.xml.dll. And if you want to connect with MySQL server or SQL server, you are required to use system.data.dll. What is DLL stand for? Dynamic Data Link Library. Okay. .NET has two main components that are used to accessing and manipulating the data are the .NET Framework Data Adapter and .NET Framework Dataset. Data Adapter and Data Provider. I'm sorry for this. Sorry. This is Data Provider and Datasets. One is Data Provider and another one is Data Set. XML simplifies things. XML simplifies data sharing. XML simplifies data transport. XML simplifies platform change. XML simplifies data availability. Many computer systems consist data in incompatible format. Exchanging data between incompatible systems for or upgrade is time-consuming task for web developers. Large amount of data must be converted and incompatible data is often lost. जो हमारे सिस्टम में होते हैं उसके अंदर बहुत सारे ऐसे डेटा होते हैं जो इनकम्पेटेबल होते हैं फॉर्मेट में, जो हम सर्वर पे सेंड कर सकें. उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? XML stores data in a plain text format. This provides a software and the hardware independent way to storing, transforming and sharing the data. डेटा को शेयर करने के लिए हमें XML की हेल्प लेनी पड़ती है ताकि हम डेटा को स्मूथली शेयर कर सकें. XML also makes it easier to expand and upgrade new operating system, new application, new browser without losing data. डेटा को लॉस नहीं होता है अगर हम उसको XML फॉर्मेट में सेंड कर रहे हैं. With XML, data are available into all the kind of reading machine like people, computer, voice messages, voice machine, news, fact, and all these things. XML is really helping in everywhere. .NET Framework Data Provider. These are the components that are designed for data manipulation and fast access to data. It provides various objects such as connection, command, data reader, data adapter. Okay, connection, command, data reader, data adapter are used to perform database operation. What are the objects? Connection. This is the time. There are components that are designed for data manipulation. डेटा मैनिपुलेशन के लिए हमारे पास कुछ कंपोनेंट्स है जो हमारे पास क्या है? कनेक्शन, कमांड, डेटा रीडर एंड डेटा अडेप्टर. इन चारों के बारे में हम ध्यान से देखेंगे. सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करते हैं कनेक्शन ऑब्जेक्ट के बेसिस पे. स्टार्टिंग विथ कनेक्शन ऑब्जेक्ट. A connection object represents a unique session with data source. एक डेटा सोर्स के साथ एक यूनिक सेशन क्रिएट कर रहा होता है. In server or client side data system, it may be equivalent to actual network connection to the server. Depending on the functionality supported by the provider, some collections, methods, properties of connections object may not be available. यहाँ पे कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं हो गया. With collection of methods, property of collections you are following here. Configure the connection before opening it with connection string, connection timeout, and mode properties. Connection string is the default property for connection object. Set the cursor location property. Client to invoke Microsoft Cursor OLB with support with batch update. Set default database connection with default database property. Set level of isolation transaction opened on the connection the isolation level property. Set OLAP DB provider with provider property. Establish a later break and physical connections to the data source with open and close methods. Execute a command with connection execute method and configure the execution with the command timeout property. Okay. Manage transactions on open connection includes nested transaction if the provider supports them. Begin train, commit train, transaction, rollback transaction methods are the attribute property. Examine errors. अगर हमें errors देखना हो तो error returns data source with error collections. Read the versions from the ADO implementation with version property and obtain the schema of the open schema property methods. You can create connections. You can create connections object independently of any other previous defined object. You can execute named command and store procedures as if they were native methods on connection object. When a named command has same name as that a stored procedure, invoke native method call on connection object. Always execute the named command instead of stored procedure. The step in the article shows how to connect to data source in Visual Studio IDE. The data source can be local database, online data service, or database open for .mdf file. You can work directly with your data in Visual Studio. You can execute query, edit data, create and edit tables and other schema properties, edit stored procedures and functions, triggers, and so on. These functions are independent and programming language or .NET version you are using. Server Explorer and SQL Server Object Explorer. You can open connections to database or services or local database open from MDF file and view and edit tables and data rows by using Server Explorer. SQL Server Object Explorer. The functionality of these windows overlap some extent. The basics are Server Explorer. Install the default in VS Studio can be used to test connections via View SQL Server database and other database with ADO.NET provider. Installed the Amazon Azure services and all these things. To create connection to database, click on the connect to database over here. View, then Server Explorer, then here connect to database. Icon Server Explorer. Right click in Server Explorer and database connection node, then select data add connection. You can open connection with local DB database and open the MDF file connect to the server. This begins add connections below dialog and all the thing like come connect to database. Then choose the data source. Microsoft SQL Server. Connect. It take time. Open this. If you don't have access to another database, you can not see installed data storage processor ASP.NET. I want to connect with the database first DB. Okay. The connection was successful established with server, but the error occurring during the login process provide SSL provider error 0 the certificate check. Okay. Optional. Okay. Hey, see, database connected successfully. Employee first name, middle name, designation, salary. If I see here, tables, employee. I don't know how it's called like first name, middle name, designation, salary. You are able to see here also. Connection successful here. Now, if you want to connect with MDF file, the MDF file stands for master database file, SQL database package into the file in the file format. This file having associated LDF log database file that contains the logs of database. You can create new database store in MDF file using server base and create database table. If you already have MDF file project, you can double click on the right click, open the server explorer, open the MDF file, the project Visual Studio, and add new connection to the data source and the MySQL database side. Okay. Choose the authentication mode method. Test the connection. Is this connection successful? Okay, and server explorer. Change the provider. Now your provider is only one, and you want to change the provider name like to something else. If your data source is not what you want, click on the change button. Add new data source, new data ado.net. Where is change button? I want to change. Refresh. Hmm, I think server. Change view. Where is that? Change the button. Data provider. The new provider might not. If you're using this OLAP, this is provider we will need to aware of 22 or 64-bit processor. This means some of the data tools in Visual Studio will not be able to connect OLAP, ODB based 32-bit provider. This include Microsoft OLAP. Okay, if you need to maintain 32-bit application that connect OLAP and ODBC, you will still able to build the run application on this. And if you need to use Visual Studio Data Tools, Server Explorer, Data Source Wizard, Dataset Designer, you need to use an earlier version of 32-bit. If your application of a Microsoft Access database, These are the process to changing this server. Others choose here your database provider ODBC, OLE, ODB, Oracle. Like if I'm going with Oracle, then okay, then I have to tell the server name. I don't here I don't have any server name, so I'm going to close it all. So this was the process basically. Okay. After this, the next step. Now it starts stucking. I have to close some of the application first. MDI first 32-bit. Ops like this all first and this one, and I want to ending this one too. Then I want to add MDI first application and this one too. Okay, it's not start working still. It will take time. So 90 to CPU, so memory.